It really was jarring in recent years. I would interview him. He always does some sort of a media thing right before the start of the season, and that question comes up about playing for another team. When you see all the transition that's happening for older quarterbacks, it's more common than uncommon at this point, and he never, ever suggested anything other than a desire to stay with the Falcons for the rest of his career. That's what makes this one so jarring. Matt Ryan leaving the Falcons was on no one's bingo card for this offseason.
Right.
And even as of a week ago, 8 days ago, it really started to pop on Wednesday, I think. And then we started to put together the possibility that, yes, they could get Deshaun Watson. And then as of Thursday, that's when it first dawned on me. And if they don't get him, it may be Matt Ryan out of Atlanta, and that's ultimately what they get. And yeah, now he embarks on an opportunity to try to get back to a Super Bowl and win one. And the question is, how much longer does he have in him? He turns 37 in May. Here he is from yesterday, talking about how long he'll play football.
You know, I've said from the start, I'd like to play as long as I can. I feel really good. My body feels really good. I still feel like I can play at as high a level as I ever have. And as long as that is, nobody has a crystal ball to know exactly how long it's going to be. But as long as I feel good and feel like I can play well, I'm gonna try and play. I've got twin 4-year-old boys that keep me fresh. Yeah. No, I feel good. I feel really good.
You know, he's far closer to Tom Brady than Patrick Mahomes when it comes to the use of mobility to extend plays and reliance upon the ability to run. He's got that cheat code that Jason Light, the GM of the Bucs, mentioned the other day regarding Tom Brady, where you know what the defense is, you know what the coverage is, you know how to survey and make decisions about getting the ball to the open man. Yeah, just because he's closing in on 40. And I don't want us to think that because Tom Brady is still going strong at 44, going on 55, that just every quarterback now that wants to play past the age of 40 is going to be perfectly fine. But Matt Ryan's style fits playing beyond 40 more so than someone else's would.
Yeah, he's not reliant totally on, his legs, physical ability to get him out of, harm's way. He's going to dice you up in the pocket. That's where he's really good. But I will say, if we sat there, Mike, and you came down, or I was with you, and we go, hey, let's throw it on a few Atlanta Falcon games and break down Matt Ryan a little bit. I think we would both be surprised and go, damn, he makes a few more plays moving around than I thought. Not that they're like, hey, he turned the corner and ran for a 30-yard gain or anything like that. But pressure in the pocket, press up on the line of scrimmage like he's going to go get 4 or 5, and then he hits, a Calvin Ridley crossing the field 20 yards down the field. He's very good with that. Or just keeping a play alive by dodging people within the pocket. His movement gets a little bit overlooked at times, and at 37, it is pretty high-level stuff. Now, you're right, too, about let's be careful about comparing him to Tom Brady, because the one thing he doesn't have, right, in my opinion at least, is Brady's arm. Brady's arm, his motion, the way he throws it, like I've always said, it's like Rodgers or Brett Favre. Or they're going to be able to throw 100-mile-per-hour fastballs when they're 55 years old. They are. Matt Ryan doesn't have that type of arm. He's one I will look at as we go forward to go, ooh, is his arm going to lose a few miles per hour or something like that to look at. He'll be a little different that way, but still, damn good player, makes a lot of good plays, and you can't just look, like I said yesterday, at the stats of Matt Ryan and take it away from that. The context does matter. He's been down there carrying a team. Who the hell's been down there to really help him out a whole lot? And that's where, you got to have a little respect for him, is what he's done for that team and how competitive he's made them when they haven't been that good.
We spent so much time talking about the failure of the Packers to put enough around Aaron Rodgers to get back to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You could argue that the Falcons have failed to put enough around Matt Ryan since 2008 to get there. And they had that narrative that was well-earned, that really did culminate in Super Bowl 51 with the 28-3 collapse. They were a team that was blowing leads under Mike Smith. They were blowing leads.
Yes.
They got blown off the field by Aaron Rodgers and company in the divisional round in 2010 when the Falcons were the top seed. I think the final score was like 48-20. I may be wrong, but it was something like they got their asses kicked that day. And that
it was never a game.
It wasn't even close.
Up 17-0 against the 49ers in an NFC Championship game, right? Blew that lead, right? Yeah, so there was some of that, no doubt.
The next year, at home, blew that lead. And so they've got some demons to exercise in that organization, and it's a shame that they didn't have more to show for 14 years with Matt Ryan than what they have. One Super Bowl that they probably would have rather have not gone to, given the way that Super Bowl went. Before we pivot from Matt Ryan, I do have to repeat something I said last night on PFTPM, just for your edification and enjoyment, since you surely don't watch PFTPM. Can we get a still frame of Matt Ryan from yesterday? It occurred to me when watching last night. Pete has no idea where this is going either, unless he watched PFTPM.
He looks thin right now.
Matt Ryan is the father from every TV show and movie from the 50s rolled into one. He is Ozzy. He is Father Knows Best. He is Ward Cleaver. He is Jimmy Stewart. We got to wrap this up because I got to get back to the building and loan. It is amazing to me.
He does have some Jimmy Stewart in him. I'm not going to lie. The Jimmy Stewart, I like what you're going there. You're right. He does look like that.
My dad used to take me to every single live-action Disney movie in the early 70s. Kurt Russell was a mainstay. Dean Jones was in pretty much every single one of them. That's what I thought yesterday. I thought Dean Jones in one of the many Disney live-action movies from the 60s and 70s. That was Matt Ryan yesterday. But anyway, I couldn't let that moment pass completely without sharing that with you. Even though you were born well after that phase ended.
I always love when we bring life a little into our conversations. It's fun. And then either way, Dean Jones, though, which guy was that? Can you tell me what movies? I'm not sure if I can put the face with the name there. That's one.
The Shaggy DA, something Flubber, and I pulled up the page with all of his. He was in a lot of Disney movies.
All right,
a lot.
I'll look him up.
Skinny, just basically Matt Ryan with black hair.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Well, I know that guy as the mean doctor from Beethoven with the dog, right? He was the mean guy that wanted to get Beethoven the dog. That's how I recognized him.
So that was later in Dean
Jones' life.
He took a heel turn later in his career. He got away from the good guy in the Disney movies and went bad guy in order to get a paycheck in a movie about a giant German Shepherd. No, not German Shepherd, St. Bernard.
Yeah, St. Bernard, right, exactly.
St. Bernard.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.